Hey YouTube, welcome back to Ben Marcus Books, and today we're going to be exploring the mess that is my TBR list. I did a video recently on my TikTok, which is Fancy Book Nerd, which I'll put up here, which is called My TBR Pile of Shame, and in there I kind of talked about how chaotic and messy my TBR list is, and now this YouTube video I'm going to show you how much of a hoarder I am for books, the kind of series that I'm reading and haven't finished, the series that I want to start. You're going to see all of it, the messiness, and yeah, no judgment here. So first off, I want to know, what are you reading at the moment? I'm reading The Devils by Joanne Abercrombie. I absolutely love this first edition from Waterstones, which is signed and is beautiful. I absolutely love it. I'm only kind of like maybe like 15% through, but absolutely loving it. The characters, the sarcasm, and the kind of world building so far is really good. So yeah, really enjoyed this. Yeah, so the first one is The Depths of a Nalf, and that's by Brady Hunsaker. This book I actually saw on Book Talk, and what kind of drew me to this is that it's a Dungeon Dragons styled fantasy world where people get their magical abilities by the monsters that they kill within this kind of cave, and the barrier that keeps those monsters in is failing, and the kind of group that you follow are on this journey to see how they can restore the barrier. And then you kind of get to explore what magical abilities they get. It sounds amazing, and I've heard really good reviews about it. So yeah, first one on my TBR pile. The next one actually is a book that I've had for a while, but just haven't really got around to reading, and that is A Language of Dragons, and that's by S.F. Williamson. And yeah, I don't know why I haven't read it. I love dragons, I love magic. I just haven't got around to it, but I do need to. The book is beautiful. I love kind of the artwork on the inside of the pages, but yeah, need to get into this one as soon as possible. I have quite a few other kind of standalones, but in terms of fantasy standalones, those are the only two that I have at the moment. I've done quite well with the others. The series, however, definitely a bigger problem. Yes, let's start off with the Bane of the North series by A.C. Salter. Absolutely love Adrian's work. Read book 1, was an incredible start. Book 2, which is The Rise of the Draugr, I've just finished actually on my Kindle, and very, very kindly he sent me The Crooked Shard, which is book 3, and he put a little quote in there for me. Really, really special, so thank you, Adrian. This series is amazing. It's got Vikings, it's got magic, it's got gods and mystery, and it's incredible. Book 1 ends on a massive kind of like cliffhanger. Didn't know kind of where the book was going. Book 2 was just action, action, action from the beginning. And yeah, again, the ending of book 2, I just need to get into book 3 as soon as possible. Absolutely loved it. Incredible work, and can't wait to finish this 5-book series. It'd be no surprise to anyone who knows me from my TikTok that I am absolutely loving Brandon Sanderson's work, making my journey kind of through the Cosmere. I've just recently read The Way of Kings when I was on holiday, which was incredible, and now I have to finish off the Stormlight Archive, so Word of Radiance. But look how chunky this book is. It's massive, and they only get bigger. But absolutely loving them. The characters, the magic, the world building is all incredible. So yeah, can't wait to get into this one. Next is a book that I got from one of my Book Talk besties, Ash, and she got me Evocation, which I think the precedent is that there's kind of people have kind of psychic abilities. So the next book actually is a book from my Book Talk bestie Ash, and this is Evocation, and this is by S.T. Gibson. This is the first book in the Summoning Circle series, and it follows kind of a story of I believe the main, yeah, David, who is a psychic and kind of is an attorney and acts as in his father's kind of a secret society. And there's a deal that was made with the devil from his family years and years ago, and the devil's come to collect the price, and David has to figure a way of kind of escaping the deal. It sounds incredible. It's a nice sized book. It's also has a beautiful embellishment on the front, which is just, yeah, stunning. So yeah, can't wait to get into this one. Yeah, so next is The Floating World by Axie O. This is a fantasy world inspired by Korean mythology, which I'm really, really excited to get into. I haven't actually read anything by this author yet, but I've heard really, really good reviews, and some of the other books that they're making, I think that are coming out soon or coming out later this year, sound really interesting. So super, super excited to try out this author's work and see what their writing style's like. Next is one of my favourite reads so far of this year, and that's The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. First off, look at the sprayed edge. This book is incredible. There's two more to the Poppy War trilogy. The only reason why I haven't read it is because I've ordered from Litjoy Crate, which I will put up here, a like the whole trilogy in this like special editions with amazing kind of painted sprayed edges. So I'm waiting till they come, because then I can read Dragon's Republic and then The Burning Gods. This book is incredible. If you haven't read it, you need to, or add it to your own TBR. But yeah, absolutely incredible. So I was recently on a TikTok live with some of my book besties. Shout out to Becky, Chloe, Dashani, and Rebecca. And they were all saying how amazing the series is, and that is the Scythe series by Neil Shusterman. This I've heard so many good reviews about, and I was actually gifted this very kindly by someone through my book talk. So I have the whole series. I just need to read them. I'm hoping to maybe add these to my kind of July hopefuls. But yeah, super excited to get into these. Apparently it's an amazing sci-fi realm, and yeah, cannot wait. So yeah, need to get into these. Okay, so let's do 3 in 1 this time, because all of these are series that I need to get into but slightly scared of. So first off is Steve Erickson's, and this is Gardens of the Moon, which is the first book in the Malazan series. Then we have Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, which is part of the Farseeker trilogy. And then next is Red Rising, and that's by Pierce Brown. So these books I'm super excited to get into, but also super, super scared of, because this is a big series. This is only a trilogy, but is kind of feeds into a wider series. And I've heard that like as soon as you finish it, you just get hooked. And also I've heard so many things about Red Rising and how incredible it is. And I know that's actually a 6-book series. So yeah, all of these I want to read, but do not know when I'm going to get time to. I'm hoping maybe to pick up one of these for my July hopefuls. But yeah, as you can see, it's a bit chaotic, it's a bit messy. If you guys could recommend what book you think, I'd love to know down below. So guys, that is some of my TBR physical pile, and as you can see, it's a bit of a mess. There's so many, and if I were to show you my Kindle, we'd be here all day. So guys, that is my TBR pile of shame. Do I know what to do about it? No, I don't. I've thought about doing like a jar where I put them all in and kind of pick some out each month, but that's just not me. I wouldn't say I'm like a full mood reader, but I kind of like to know what I'm reading and then kind of have an order. So the kind of random chaos would literally drive me insane. However, if a new book comes out or a book that I get that really interests me, will I throw this TBR pile out? Yes, I will. And that's what I did with The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. I picked it up and I was like, I just have to read this. So I kind of like bumped a few other books I wanted to read, but I may need help. So any suggestions, please leave down below. So on my TikTok recently, I did a video for Pride Month, and I actually had a message from one of the publishers asking if I would like a Pride bundle sent to me, and I said, hell yes. So I got this in the post this week, was super, super excited, and I cannot wait to show you what's inside. So let's get into it. So first off, I got this card, and it says, Pride isn't just a month. says queer all year. And this is a little message, and it says, "Thank you for being part of our Pride Month book mailing. In collaboration with Strawberry Pages Book Club, we're delighted to be sending you a selection of queer books with sapphic rep from Gollancz. We think you love. Wishing you a happy Pride," from the Gollancz TikTok team. Thank you very much. I'm so excited. So I got this here, which has some bookmarks and some little goodies. It's got a little kind of bracelet. And yeah, some other little bits in there. Now let's get into the books. I'm so excited. So, first off, we have Mortal Follies by Alexis Hall, and it says, "One cursed debutante, one exiled witch, one wild deal." So this book is set in the year 1814 and follows the main kind of female character, who's called Miss Maylies Mitchellmore, and she finds herself being entered into the high society of Bath at her debutante, and a curse is released where her dress starts unmaking itself, and then she finds out her life is in peril. She's got the scorn of an angry goddess and all of the dealings of high society at the debutante. It sounds like an amazing kind of like queer Bridgerton with magic and witches, which is right up my street because I actually love Bridgerton TV show. So super excited to get into this, and another one to add to my TBR. So next we have The Stars Too Fondly by Emily Hamilton. This is kind of like a sci-fi kind of coming of age sapphic book where two people, Cleo and her friend Emily, kind of explore this spaceship where a crew kind of vanished all these years ago, and it suddenly starts up, and now they're on the way to an alien planet where Earth is kind of hurtling behind them, and the kind of mysteries of reality and physics start twisting, and their kind of once friendship is started to kind of delve more into this beautiful relationship, and it sounds incredible, and I just love these kind of queer books that I can talk about and show off for Pride Month. So yeah, definitely one to pick up and add to your TBR. So what do we have next? So this book is Hammerjang Luck, and this is by Makanya Yamoto. Look at this book, it is beautiful. Oh my god, I love that it's yellow, that's so cool. So Hammerjang Luck. This book is basically a heist book, and it sounds incredible. So you follow the main character Edie, who is on a heist and gets basically betrayed by her accomplice Angel, and Edie gets sent off to a prison planet where she spent the last 8 years behind bar. And then on her chance for early parole, guess who's waiting for her? Angel. And Angel is there to give her one last heist. And basically it's about their kind of heist of this tech god that they tried to take down last time, and their kind of relationship, and really, will Edie trust Angel again? I wouldn't. This sounds incredible. It's kind of described as an Ocean's 8 meets Blade Runner, which sounds right up my street, so definitely one to read coming up. And the last book in this bundle, is Somebody Like Me by Lucy Lapinska. This book is about the character Abigail, who looks after her husband David, and within this world there's a law being passed that basically lets kind of android replacements be free. They're not kind of like stuck to their owners, and Abigail finds out that actually she's an android. She actually was replaced 16 years ago when David's wife Abigail did die, and she's kind of exploring about what her freedom will be like and what she wants to do, but is also kind of grounded in her kind of like history with David. So yeah, this sounds really gripping and really fantastic. So yeah, can't wait to get into that either. So this was such an exciting surprise. I was so happy that I got this PR bundle. It's my first one that I've ever got from a publisher, so thank you to Gollancz, and yeah, happy Pride Month. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'd absolutely love if you could like this video and subscribe. It would mean really a lot, and I can't wait to make more.